Mr. Mistry, we are delighted to have you this evening.
Delighted to be here.
And I know that you've associated with Grua for a long time. What has been your experience?
Wonderful. Very, very nice experience. I must say I knew Dinesh from probably 2 decades back or 2.5 decades back. And we always found that the advice he gave was solid, was well thought through. And we always relied on that advice. So about 10 years ago, or maybe 10.5 years ago, he one day came to me and he said that, look, I'm going to start my own thing. And is there any way we can work together? So I said, the first contract you have to do has to be with HDFC.
That's right.
So we did a contract, the initial contract for HDFC, which continued right through till the time of the merger. So we had a wonderful relationship with Dinesh over the years.
So that's a wonderful testimony for Mr. Kanabar, but you see how the firm has grown.
Absolutely.
So absolutely fine.
I mean, I remember how the starting was 10 years ago, from such a small enterprise, something really small, into something which has become so very large. I remember pre-COVID, I think it was, just before COVID, that I came to your office and spoke to your entire management team and all the partners. I remember it was a biggish room and everyone was sitting around the table and I was talking to them. So
I'm sure that must have been extremely insightful. Thank you so much, and that's a great testimony. It's wonderful. It's a great testimony to the firm. Just from that, changing tracks a little bit and getting into what's happening today and the news of tomorrow, the simplification of the tax law, and where do you think, what kind of a role do you think Dhruva can play in helping government?
I think really there is a tremendous, in my opinion, tremendous amount of scope in terms of removing all the complexities dealing with regard to taxation, particularly direct taxation, which is of concern to all of us. There is a fair amount of confusion on every item, whether it's business income, whether it's personal income, whether it is capital gains. There is some confusion or the other. And the one suggestion that I think Dhruva should make to the powers that be is that once you frame a tax law, you must have that consistency and not keep every year making some minor change or the other.
Sure.
Because every change that you make disrupts the system, one, and two, it creates a lot of doubt in someone's mind that where is the continuity of a tax regime.
No, absolutely right. Sure.
And the other thing I would suggest that Dhruva should, and I'm sure statistics would prove it, is that you'll always find that the lower the tax rate, the lower the maximum marginal tax rate, the higher will be the tax collection.
Absolutely.
And the higher the maximum marginal tax rate, the lower will be the collection. So when you keep tax rates low, not only do you collect more tax, you leave more money in the hands of the individual, or in this case individual, but it could be company, which can be redeployed back into investment in businesses, which will create jobs, which will create more economic growth.
Thank you so much for your insights. Please enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thank you so much. Thank you.